Another way you can win, you don't have to touch a touchpad. On the winning side of the table, and if you draw two imaginary lines between the pin pads, if you're pulling and you're in the middle, we're not stopping the match. Keep pulling. You have to win on your winning side of the table. Another way you can win is a parallel pin. You don't have to touch the pin pad, but go parallel. Same thing, natural wrist line to the fingertips. Anywhere on this side, if you just break the plane in front of the pad, that's going to be a win. All right, you can win on fouls and warnings. 2 warnings equals 1 foul. 2 fouls, you lose the match. 2 warnings to 1 foul. 2 fouls, you lose. All right, we're starting the match. Anything, any movement after the ready, before the go is a false start. We'll go over fouls. You got to keep your elbows down on the pads at all times. There ain't no micro hops here, ain't no micro nothing. It's a foul or it's not a foul. We see daylight under your elbows, it's going to be a foul. Yep. So, the elbow fouls, if you hop straight up off the pad, that's going to be a foul. If you slip off the sides, and we are looking at the very tip of your elbow, that's got to be off the pad. The only time that tip can be up off the pad, so the tip's off the pad, but Pat's tricep or his bicep is still touching the pad, he's fine until the tip of his elbow goes outside of the area of the pad, and that's going to be a foul. All right, slips. Just do a slip, you're going to get a strap. Now, attentional slips, there's 3 things that we look for, and your intent has nothing to do with it. The first thing is you have to keep at least 1 finger, I don't care which one it is, keep 1 finger over on the grip, you're fine. The second you open your hand up all the way and you slip off, you're going to get an attentional slip. Second thing we look for, if you ball your hand and make a fist inside your opponent's hand and you slip, you're going to get a foul. The third thing's kind of a 2-parter. First thing we're looking for is if you slip and you make a cupping motion, go that way, cupping motion out from underneath your opponent's hand, or you drive your hand straight down at the table, you're going to get a foul for an intentional slip. You can start the match in a referee's grip or a strap or both. Try to have that worked out before you get to the table. Let the head ref know right away. That's your choice. Okay, if you can't get a grip in 30 seconds, we're going to put you in a referee's grip. At that point, it's our grip. You have no say-so in the grip, except we're going to ask you if you want to cover your thumb knuckle. You cover your thumb knuckle, your fingers go on the top of your thumb. You want to go under, we put your fingers under your thumb. So in a referee's grip, we're going to tell you, once we start the referee's grip, do not move. There are no warnings in a referee's grip. Everything is a foul. You false start in a ref grip, it's a foul. So don't do anything until the ref does it or the ref tells you to do it. We will square your shoulders, and then we will close your hands accordingly, either above or below your thumb. So any movement, you drop your shoulder, you open your hand to re-grip. Do not move in a referee's grip. We're going to do our best to keep you guys safe. There will be no slack with the amateur classes. The pros, you'll see us give them a little more slack. They should know how far they can go with this. But the amateurs, don't expect any leeway on this. We want your shoulders square to the table at all times. If you don't get too far out, you might get a slap on the shoulder. Hey, square up, or look at your hand. If you look at your hand, go out. Look at your hand, it kind of brings your shoulder naturally back around. All right. No, you just stand there and look good, Oleg. All right, what do we got left? Yeah. Okay, so another part of that one is the King's move is going to be in effect here. So if you go down to the King's move, and we're going to, if you have a decline in your humerus, that's what we're going by. And it's not by the table, it's by the top of the elbow pad. If you are in a winning position, you can stay there all day. Not losing, but neutral is the cutoff. Once you hit neutral position, you're going to hear us say, come up. Come up, you already have one warning. If you don't immediately come up, we're going to stop the match, and you're going to get a foul. You get one warning per setup. So Pat just got a foul on that. We're going to restart the match. He does it again. He gets that warning again, and then he gets his second foul. Yeah. Again, with keeping your shoulders square. Don't get ahead of your arm. Stay tucked in. Go ahead and get ahead of your arm. Get way out here. Yeah. You get out, your shoulders out, and you're way ahead of your arm like that. Your arm's only going to go that way one time. So we're going to have no slack on dangerous position moves. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions about the rules? No questions. All right. I'm going to wrap it up. I think we're going to get Uncle John up here. This guy can talk.
I can barely shut up, Bill. Hey, let's thank the referees.
We got Hollywood here.
Referees' decisions are final. Now, it comes to a certain point in the day where we've had a lot of fun already, but now we got to get ready to have fun yet again throughout the afternoon. I think maybe, Don, you can help us all rise to the occasion a little bit. Maybe get everybody a little fired up.
I don't know. I'm not very good at inspiring people to get fired up. But Arizona State, where you at? Make some noise. I know you got more than that in you. If you loved what you seen this morning, the amateurs followed by the pro guys, we need you up, roaring and cheering. Pick a favorite and make some noise.
So, ladies and gentlemen, before we kick this off, I guess I just got a question for you. Are you ready? No, it's, are you ready? Well, then let's get things underway for Arizona State 2024.
All right, listen up, athletes. Athletes, listen up. It is your responsibility when you win to check in to the bracket keeper, Mr. Corey. If you don't and you get missed, things can happen, gentlemen. If you don't want that loss, remember, it's on you. You win, you check in, you get the thumbs up, you move on.
All righty, here we go. Amateur 154, Robert Kelly, John Lawrence, table 1. Table 2, Cody Addison, Cameron Hall. Table 3, Rodney Platts and Matthew Budameste. I'm probably murdering names all day. You're just going to have to get used to it, okay? All right, thanks. There were supposed to be 2 chalk buckets. 154 on table 1. Table 2 we have 98s, and the table 3 we have 242. Strapping them up on one there.
Check. Check.
The next match on the table should be ready to go. You can see from the list who you are pulling next. We got a battle going for first match on table 2 here. Let's go. Matthew Budameste, winner. Cody winner on table 2. Winner on table 1. Frank and Canberra on 1. Table 2. Urine and Nathan. I can't say your first name, Urine. McKiddle?
Well, we're back at it, ladies and gentlemen. The Arizona State 2024 tournament has begun. It is
I say
underway.
your first name, Urine.
You guys can see we got 3 tables going, bringing you all sorts of angles.
Yep.
This
Speaking
is
of
a
murder names all day.
high-level production. Let me tell you what, we got cameras
Frank
all over the
and
place.
Canberra. I need
We
Frank.
got the whole 9 yards
over
this
there.
weekend, so we hope you guys enjoy what's getting put
Canberra's
out
over
here on Armed Sports
is there only
Entertainment,
one
giving you
shot
all
bucket?
this action for free. Of course, last night we had the Super Match event. Then this morning we had, excuse me,
We're getting
the
another
round robin, the 220-pound round robin. And now we are on to Arizona State's proper. Myself,
Carlos, winner
Uncle
on
John
3.
here with you.
Paul
We got
Dino,
Don
Paul Dino.
Underwood as well. We're going to be talking you through all the matches today, as many as we can. It's going to be a lot of furious action. Right now we are in the amateur
Paul and
divisions.
Dino, table 3. Look for your names on the list, guys. You'll know which match is next. Be ready to roll. Be chalked up and ready to go if you're on that next match. Chalked up, ready to go. On deck matches.
Well, we get into today's events. Don and I will be dropping in and out. We got to get ourselves in a nice view. As right now we're in the back of the room, which we can see on our monitors. We can see the video, but also we try to watch a lot of these matches as we can. So we'll be stopping in and out during the amateur and the masters classes, and then once we start the pro divisions, we will go
Callahan,
back
winner.
into dedicated hardcore commentary. But I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm just going to bust my phone out here and put it on the chat for all of you guys at home so I can see who is with us
Lawrence.
on this glorious
John.
day of arm wrestling.
Just a reminder, we have the 54s, the 98s, and the
There we go.
242s, not the supers up right now. Mikael, I would never
Hope all
have gotten-
52 of you that are here with us are having a good time. We got
Clayton,
Nate Galvin,
Derek, table
Jasmine
2, Clayton, Derek,
Briones,
table 2.
Justin Cobble, Dennis Ziplinkoff is here as well. Welcome, everybody. Again, if you're just joining us, we are now starting the amateur division. This is the first thing to be done in the
My
tournament,
friend,
so ladies is still yet to
I,
come,
didn't do too
pros
well in
yet
English.
to come, and
Everything
masters
else,
yet to come
no,
as well.
Fine. But yes, you're right. I could work on that a little bit. You would think as many names as I fix a day, I'd be good at everyone's names. Yeah. Got an elbow foul on too.
Justin Cobble says, who won the round robin?
Three.
It was Andrei Sharkovich. It was a wild round robin, man, like crazy. Oh, 2 bicep tears.
We got a battle
Dallas
on one.
Langston from the top of the bicep and AJ Henson from the bottom. So we wish both of those guys quick recovery.
Paul Taylor, winner.
Jess Halleck, this is a double elimination tournament, so you got
Clayton
2
winner
losses
on
before you're out.
2. Josh, winner on 1. Steve West Jr. and Cody Anderson, I need you on 2. Oh, whoops. Table 3 is Johnny and Stefan. Table 1, Anthony Garcia, Edward Statzer. You guys should be looking at the board. You should know your next match. Stefan with the win on table 3. Matthew Budameste. The on deck guys on the board should be chalked up and ready to roll.
Just who you win. And I knew, and I was just waiting. And I was so patient. So if you listen to it, you talked for like 30 seconds. I know. Run right in. So yeah, that's one thing about me, man. I will.
We've got the man who got this all put together here on table 3. Let's give it up again for Hope Hub.
But then later in the show, I don't even know if you heard it, but I was like, well, you got Brent.
Anthony winner on 1.
And you just let it fly right by you. You didn't even catch it. Oh,
Cole and Maxus.
good Lord. Good times. Center table's going to be the middle bracket, I believe.
Steve West Jr. with the win on table 2.
I can't see either.
Brock and Jose
It's
on
left
2.
handed 42 cent. I can't see it from here. It should match the bracket, should match the bracket where the tables are.
Well, let's see. 154, 176.
Crawford with the win. Justin with the win.
54, 98, 42.
Cambril. Glomero Esquidas. Gamero Esquidas. Glomero.
Don't have much of a hand in
Guillermo? Yeah, it's all day, bro. It's all day.
power.
So-
About it? Oh yeah, he's wound up. He's an arm wrestler now. He's got a whole group.
We're trying out this new list format for the presenting the matches. What do you guys think of that? Is that a good idea? I know it'll be a little hard to catch on at first, but I think once we get the hang of it. Chipper? I'll be more chipper. Noted. Thank you, Ben. Brock Taylor with the win.
You know, he's the last one.
In Micaiah. Yes. Jesse Hollick, winner.
Married?
Adrian or Callahan. Yeah, I got Jesse. Frank and Maxis.
And I do a lot of different things, but the main thing now is like it's really easy to become a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
So I like both my sisters are higher up.
Look at that. I didn't even have to call a match. That's fantastic. Good job, guys. Good job. I like not calling names, as you can see. Got that one foul on Johnny.
Well, I wasn't doing it because I was on campus still.
Frank with the win on table 1.
Now my wife was like having a big.
Kelly. Gomero.
But now, when you realize, like people in Canada do not realize, like
Mikhail.
if you're poor, you can get health care
I got you, bud.
and blah blah blah. But when they
Clayton Lewis.
health care is, if you come and live in the United States for any amount of time, not well, it's a shit right now too. So.
If you're in the next 2 matches, please chalk up. Be ready.
You put that dude in jail, they get a lot of people coming out of their fucking house. He's got the same stuff. You hear me? They don't like it. They go put it alive.
Oh, nice. Johnny Nazik with the win there.
All right, table 3, guys. That means be ready to hop up there.
If this was a room,
That's Luis.
a jury, well, I was
Clayton,
on a 10-foot
yeah, gotcha.
stool, and everyone was looking up at me, and they're like, "Can you convict this guy for beating a woman?" They didn't. That's what they said. What do you mean? You can't say I've done
Nathan
that.
and Cody on 2.
They presented evidence. They know what. I'm like,
Robert Kelly with the win.
and then they pick everyone that they want. Of course, anyone that says, "Well, I'd like."
Also, for you guys that didn't know or don't follow social media, we have another tournament
Frank and John.
August 3rd in Scottsdale.
It's a fucking horse.
You can find everything on Armed Sports Entertainment's Facebook page and Instagram.
And I'm fucking back. You're your best play offer, or you're going to prison. You're not going to win. You cannot win.
My best friend. What? Cody? Got you, Cody. Derek and Jose. Table 2. You guys should have been ready. Derek and Jose, where are you at?
I'm innocent of the charge I'm here for.
We got a battle on 1. Let's give it up for this match on 1.
So I got the lowest one, which was 3. So I did 14 miles. Like I said, I did full advantage. I'd do it again. I'd volunteer for it.
Kevin Grip, what's up, buddy? Thanks for being here again.
Here for this match on 1. There's
Don and I will be dropping in and out throughout the amateur and masters portions.
Strapping 'em up.
We're just kind of getting ourselves ready for the pro right now. We are here. I am watching the chat, but we'll be kind of dropping in and out while the amateurs go through.
Who do we got in the chat? Any new people in there from earlier? Anybody still lingering around? Where's
Let's
the
see.
super fans at? Any super chats coming through?
Brian Smith is here. Weller Habits, Kevin Grip. What else we got? We got 41 people in the chat.
Growing.
Jess Halleck, Justin Cobble. What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a good day thus far. The action has been quite brutal.
Yeah, pretty impressive. Absolutely intense action, to put it lightly, man. What a great round robin. What a great format. I think we're going to see a lot more of that from this beast mode crew that's running around doing this.
Man,
And I got to tell you, man, I'm becoming a big fan of
Which
it
one is
really
that?
quick.
Frank or Frank? Yeah.
I will say this. I don't think there's any two guys more
with the
prepared
win there.
to commentate than it just happens to be two guys who are undefeated
there on two?
on the weekend. I'll tell you what, both of us winning super matches yesterday. It was quite the good day.
Yeah, you had one just pop out of the blue. How did that come about? That big old fella.
So-
of all people, you picked the
One
biggest
Andy,
guy in the
Robert,
place.
Elliott,
Big
Edwards.
Biscuit, I call him.
Two,
So
Andy,
I pulled him
Cameron,
last
Hall,
year
Lewis.
in Arizona. I think I pulled him left hand though, and I beat him. But like I could tell, like this guy is strong. He's got to be, what do you reckon, 400 pounds? Yeah, somewhere in
He's
there.
a legit 400-pounder.
Yeah, he is massive. So we had a right-handed match. He basically, about 2
Edward
minutes before we were
Stenster.
supposed to go live, he was like, "Oh, maybe you and I should do a super match."
Or
Oh,
Stenster.
talk
Yeah,
to
there you
Tim. I'll do it. And then it
There's
turned
no
out we
reason to
had
leave that
some
corner
technical
until you're done.
difficulties. So Tim put him and I up there as a
Pollock with the win on
impromptu
3.
match,
Pollock with the win
which
on
I
3.
won 2-1.
What do you mean? You actually lost one to that big old
Well,
dude?
I mean, look, Don, I don't let my arm wrestling get in the way of a little added drama now and again.
So what you're saying is you made it a little more suspenseful.
Well, we all more rousing, unexpected finish.
So what you're saying is you've
Carlos
worked for
Paul,
Neil Pickup
Carlos
before.
Paul.
That's where I learned most of the tricks.
Edward with the win on
Well,
1.
thank God for
Edward with the win on
promos and me, because half of my matches would have never made television. The promos and the hype, like the Yoshi match, should have never made it. But what an
Right.
intense moment afterwards, and then the promo. If you just go back and check out, you can YouTube a lot of stuff. Check out some of Neil's highlights on YouTube. You can see myself, Uncle John, and several other very experienced arm wrestlers in an amazing promotion. So shout out to Neil and Arm Wars. And you've done a lot of good
Got
stuff
about
with
a
him. You
long
got anything
one.
planned in the future?
I definitely will always make my best attempt to get to Arm Wars anytime Neil has a match for me. Arm Wars is kind of where I came from,
Cody, Derek.
and is where I continue to come from. I love pulling Arm Wars. I
Derek, I need John
everything
too.
I've been able to do with Neil, and now it's just how can I become more creative with
Let's
my
see if
matches,
there's match
right?
on
I'm always a
line.
guy
We're gonna battle
who
on
wants
here.
to bring something important story-wise to the matches, and that's why I love Arm Wars so much, is the fact that you can tell that story that you want to tell. It's there for the taking.
It does allow a true character to
Yeah.
evolve.
On 3.
I've seen some really good characters come about. I've seen some people try to create characters.
Yep.
And I got to tell you, you either are entertaining or you're not. I will not say who, but let me just tell you, John, you were at the top of the list of entertainment. You do what it takes.
I love it, brother. I love
You
it.
got a great mind. You and I think an awful lot
I know,
alike.
it's kind of scary, actually.
No, it's actually brilliant. That's the type of things. You're in the limelight. You're making us look good, man. I absolutely love it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, brother. I truly appreciate it.
Adrian and Cameron on 2, please.
We got 63 in the chat. Guys, give a like, share the link, and subscribe to Arm Sports Entertainment. Huge thanks, as always, going out to Tim Talmadge and
Garcia
Kayla
with the
Talmadge
win.
as well. They continue to put on amazing events. Again, we had super matches last night. We had a round robin this morning, and now we are on to the tournament portion of the day. Just if you love arm wrestling,
If
you
did
gotta
not
come to an
know,
Arm Sports
now you
Entertainment
will.
event. I'm telling
Aries
you.
System is the one that's running this today, and everybody who is polling will now be ranked on the Aries System. So it's ariesarms.com. Go check it out. It'll be a national.
Ariesarms.com, guys.
Steve West.
That's where you can
Brock.
find all of the data from these events. Ariesarms.com.
If you're in the next weight class and that white line gets down lower.
So Beast Mode doing a, speaking of Aries, we got an Aries Cap tournament,
If
super
you have
heavyweight,
2 losses, you can go
Coming
sit
up.
down.
that has
The
got
64, right?
64
Oh,
super heavyweights. Listen, I've talked to a few of these guys, and they've got some 42 guys coming up. Russ Schrader, Top Row Low.
Yeah.
Joe Meek, I pulled last night. He's in it. Got some talent, man. Michael
a
Ware
killer.
out of Missouri, big, heavy 400-pounder that's training his tail off. It's going to be interesting to see. These are mid-level, 1,500 or less on the Aries.
We got another battle on
I'm
one.
going to enjoy that. I think there's going to be some guys that are probably should be ranked a little bit higher in there, and they're going to rise to the top real
Winner
fast.
Cambro.
I have been so impressed with how those tournaments have gone, and really, it's been able to shine a bit of a light on people that we didn't really know. You know, there's
Edward,
in the last one they did, which was
Edward and Josh.
220, I think.
Yeah, just this morning.
No, the Aries.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely phenomenal what they're doing. It does bring people out. For instance, one of the names that was not in everybody's mouth was Ryan Belanger from South
Jeez.
Carolina.
That guy.
Wow, right?
He must. This is like a career day, like today for him. It's got to be. It's got to be.
Super compact.
Yeah.
He was up on stage last night. I stood next to him. I didn't realize he's a
Edward,
shorter
table
guy,
one.
but he's
Yeah.
as wide as he is tall.
Cole
I
Frank.
did get a handshake, and it's one of those hands where you touch it and you immediately know that it has seen a lot of work. Right? It's stiff and
Steve West, the
stubborn,
winner.
and you know already that even if the
Mikel
guy
Clayton.
doesn't have all the goods, it's going to be a battle.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming from Spartansburg and Chad Silver's crew, you expect nothing less.
Justin
Right.
Winter.
All those guys, reverse rope climbs, and all the nutty things that they've come up with through the years have always been super impressive. But just to see another guy crawling out of his camp and making a name for himself in one of these is exactly what it takes. And this Beast Mode crew's doing spectacular. I'm impressed with them. I can't wait to be involved in the next one.
Yeah, Beast Mode, I will attend every single one because I love the style of it. I love what it brings. It's very entertaining. So best of luck to them as they continue on.
I agree. And once again, thanks to Bob Brown. He is a big supporter of Beast Mode. Has been a sponsor for each and every one of those.
Yep.
And going to continue from what I understand. So thank you again to Bob Brown.
You guys want to do some sound stuff? We're gonna get a wireless camera to take out. Oh, is it down? Go sit down to somebody talking type thing. Something like that. Do you have anyone in particular that you like talk to?
Johnny Nazik with the win on 3.
Just go random. I would just go
Sit around fan? I like that.
If we're going to do something, we're going to sit down next to him and put him on the spot. Are you bringing a camera to follow us around?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And it's gonna be a massive.
Frank with the win on 1. Garcia, Cambrell, need you on 1.
I think we walk up here and we nail a couple people.
Whoever it is, you go sit down. I mean, really,
Clayton with the win on 2. Clayton with the win on 2.
as soon as it hits, hey guys, guess what?
Cameron Brock on 2. Cameron Brock on 2.
Communicate with each other if you guys need the risers. There's no sense in someone carrying it off when you're going to carry it right back on.
I can't see nothing back here either.
Yeah, way too many people around.
176, look alive. You're up really soon. 220s, look alive. 242 plus. All within a couple of matches.
Have to do anything. Supposed to be able to sit back here and just
Blame Robert.
Yeah. Oh, you can hear us. Yeah, Robert, you can hear us. I don't think he can because here he comes. We were just
Cameron
talking good about
with the
stuff.
win on 2.
That's why we were
Cody
sitting here
McDowell.
comfortably.
The heat index is rising here in Phoenix. A lot of heat getting put off today. I walked over here this morning and it was already, it was like, well, probably maybe
Winner,
80 this
Callahan.
morning. Like, it wasn't too terrible.
Hey,
But
if
now
you
I have a
listen up,
feeling
this is actually
we've
Justin
advanced it
singing,
well into the
so shout
hundreds
out
at
to
this
him.
point. If you guys are just joining
Frank and
us,
Edward.
we are in the amateur portion of the tournament. I'm here with my commentary partner,
Stephen
Don
with the win on
Hollywood
3.
Underwood.
Oh, yeah, in the house, in the house.
And we're dropping in and out here. We're going to maybe go and do a little crowd work in a moment.
Crowd surfing?
Well, I mean,
You think they can hold up the weight of old Hollywood?
look, I would jump near where the super heavyweights are congregating.
I'm thinking we throw
Cody
Corey
with the win.
West on top there and see if we drag him through that crowd surfing process. Could you imagine how many ambulances
West.
would need to be called if that big
Clayton.
dude fell on?
Man, maybe a couple hearses. Maybe.
I need you on
Big,
table,
big fella. Out here just enjoying the weather and hanging out. I got to grab him up, and as soon as I grabbed him, he got up. And you can tell he's 33 because he is spry and ready to go. I said, I need a table between you, man. I need something to wedge in. I can't pull that 450-pound
Right.
man around.
Frank with the win.
But I got news for him. He's going to be surprised when he grips up this time.
Oh, buddy.
Same old fella I was a couple years back.
I like that. I like to hear it.
Coming around.
Frank, you'll be up to the table 1 table in 30 seconds to pull Anthony.
Hey, Buffy says, I would love to see Don crowd surfing.
That's bedrock for sweet shit. House.
That's
Buffy.
a kind of crowd surfing.
Yeah.
Man. That's different. That's a different thing.
Yeah, waterboarding, crowd surfing, all things that are known in the Underwood household with the Bohinski backing. Yep, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Buffy's at the house doing some construction. We have just added a front room to the house, and she is just so hard. Way to reward you, get you out on the town, and do some pampering for you. Thanks for supporting you here in the chat, babe. I love you. I can't wait to see you.
On table 2.
Yes, you heard that right.
This match
Don
gets them
Underwood's
into the
in love.
finals right here.
So, for those of you just joining us, we are at Arizona State in Phoenix,
Got a foul on
Arizona.
table 3.
Got a banger of a match going on table 3. Stuck in the center of things. And there it is. We got some kind of a call called there. We're in the back of the room, right, everybody?
A little behind here, a little drag. Great footage overall. An incredible crowd. This is shoulder to shoulder. This venue is packed. Atmosphere is spectacular, John.
Yeah, it's heated, ready to
Carlos
go.
with the win. Frank
People are
with
on
the
their
win.
feet, and that is exactly how I like my arm wrestling.
In 1 minute, Anthony and Frank will pull on table 1. This is finals match on table 1. Callahan and Frank. Ready? Match. Pull. Steve Wagner with the 2. Cody, Cameron. We got him, Steven Johnny Nezik. Trying to get into 3rd place. There it is, John Nezik. All right, Johnny, 30 seconds. You got Justin on table 3. Cameron with the win on table 2. 30 seconds, Cameron. You have Clayton on table 2.
Hey guys,
Callahan, first place. Frank, second place.
get your award after it's finished. Award after it's finished. Please keep in mind there's a lot of be respectful of the vendor. There's everywhere. Please clap your hands.
I mean, one man's kilt is a man's skirt.
I need Isaac and
I mean, you
Marshall
know,
on table 1.
what can you say? I mean, we've seen these guys who think they're tougher than they are throughout the ages wearing these kilts.
We are in the pronoun stage of life. I'm just wondering what Lewis's are.
Well, we may never know. Hey, boy, big congratulations to Paul Lynn. I heard that he impressively won 4-0
Samantha
over
Niggle,
Lachlan Adair.
please come
Yeah,
to
Lachlan was
stage.
pretty confident coming in. Everybody had said the bigger athlete. Yeah. Told you, Paul's laid on the arm. It's not a power there.
Yeah. Like, I was really rooting for Paul, but I think I picked Paul knowing the fact that, like, in my head, I thought that, oh, there we go. We've got a little Underwood action on the table.
Yeah, I need to get a little taller here. See what's going on with my boy.
Table number 1 is what we're looking at.
Big hit, Marshall Underwood, drag hooking down.
Nice.
Miller,
Wow,
Isaac.
that was pretty smooth.
They won.
That was pretty smooth, Don. Yes.
John Isaac with the win on table 3.
You know, this church
Steve
rat
West and Cameron,
has got a Survivor weekend
table 2.
that they have got
1
some
minute,
very big
Johnny
things
Nash
going
and
on.
Carlos, table 3.
I don't know if we can
table
get this
3.
QR code out to the public,
I need D. Miller and
but
Isaac.
they are talking about
D.
bringing in some big celebrity, maybe possibly Hollywood Don Underwood,
That's what you get for being.
along with a guy named Larry Wills. We might be able to lock that match up.
Marshall, I need you back
We
up
are
here.
in
I say it's
negotiations,
Guerrero.
but anyway,
I say it's
arm
Guerrero,
wrestling,
please.
tug of wars, they've got this wrestling in the mud. Listen,
Told the wrong person.
this is
You
one of
guys
the
can't
coolest
look at your
things
names on the list there.
I've seen, and it looks
I
like a
say
lot
it's
of youth
Guerrero and Marshall. I need you to
check
take-
out Survivor Weekend. If we can get this QR code out here to these folks, I'm not sure where it's going to be. Looks like it's on the screen somewhere.
Well, I'm sure they'll put it in the description.
Check it out. Pretty neat,
Absolutely.
folks. This venue is cool,
Johnny
and
Nash
they
Carlos,
are
I need you on the table.
a very good host, and we look forward, from what I hear, they're having a even bigger venue next year.
This is it.
I have
All the
heard that
models
rumor
right
as
here,
well,
Johnny.
and I think that
Super. Look
I mean
alive,
Arizona State is going to get better and better.
Marshall with the win.
Have any other doubt that
D. Miller and Isaac Joachim.
Well, I'm worried about his
Joachim.
wrist. Let me get Greg back here to talk to Greg. Greg, can I get you back here for a few minutes? You want to come back here with us? Slide over. Greg, take the center.
Carlos, winner and champion. They are 1-1. That's it. Flip that one. That's 1-1.
Let's see if we can slide in here. All right, that's fine too.
Huh?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Greg Sharp here joining us. He is running the World Series, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that and what's going on with that, Greg. So tell the fans that are on here with us
Esteban and Elmer.
what's scheduled, a little bit about the past and the future of what you're doing for.
I appreciate that. First off, I think a great he's now, super awesome run. 100 entries here today. Just a great job. So it's up to them. Season 1 was great. We had response and agreed on season 2, 3, and 4. It was great. But, it's all about building. Season 1 started off with season 2 episodes. And then after 3, we've had 2 more regional events, Kansas City and
Levi, you want to go on the table?
which has been Ballard and Atlantic City have definitely been extremely gracious to us, which is helping us out as a production. They're giving us a great vacation there, and then Kansas City.
I've watched stuff in the past. It's exciting. Any of you guys are adding to this? Any other programming, stream networks that people can see you on?
We are, and as we develop what we are looking some next. They've shown interest in what we're doing, which is great. I've been always in constant conversation with ESPN. It's really a matter of just really finding entertainment's like arm wrestling. you have to find the right lane. And as I've continued to create opportunities with other shows and become more of a bigger presence in the world of the entertainment world, it's opening a lot more doors, which is really
Brett
cool.
and David.
As a story, and what we do in terms of arm wrestling, we really have focused more on the story in season 2, stories in
This is
season
the finals
3.
on table
We're
2
getting
right
behind
here.
more and more arm wrestlers. I've gone out into practices to interview guys. We're doing more
guys are
sorry,
fun.
campaigns. So we're in front of 1,000 troops, the day before, and they're all shipping out to Japan the following week. So we're just trying to really build the fan base.
Create the characters for everyone to get to know and get a little closer to the story.
Absolutely, because ultimately we want people to be able to identify with someone, right? There's so many arm wrestlers out there, but if we could start to introduce personalities,
win.
the sheriff who's the helicopter pilot with Mega Mike, right? When you got Jamie Sheldon, who's a father
Lawrence,
of 3 daughters
Brian.
and a small business owner, and you start to put the Jody Williams, who's put a charity and about his son. I mean, now all of a sudden we become people. We're not just a bunch of barroom guys, who had too much to drink, put an arm on the table, and it always ends in a bar fight. Now it's something or someone that people can identify with, and even this year with Megan, Megan from Utah, we've got a company that wants to highlight her. So now we start to tell these stories, and it gets a little bit away from
Cameron,
the
your winner
competition
and champion.
in terms of
Give it
people
up for
wanting to
Cameron.
view it, and more to the stories, and then they cheer for that person to win.
Absolutely.
Right?
Creating a fan base.
2:20
Got a fan
left.
base that are
We're
gonna
moving to
follow you.
table
John,
2.
What do you think of the World Series of Arm Wrestling from what you've seen so far?
Well, let me tell you this. If there was ever a person who was a fan of telling the
Table
story
2,
and
2:20 left.
creating the characters and letting
Brandon,
people
Romo,
be who they truly
Spencer.
can be,
220s. You should be
right?
on table
Absolutely.
2.
I
198
love
for you
it
to sit
more than
down.
anything
I
ever.
came here just to meet Don and you. I mean, you guys are like the
Benjamin J.
faces of
Freeman
arm
and
wrestling.
Matthew
Man,
Baker, you're on 3.
thank you so much.
And when you start to develop anything in terms of a business plan, right? You have markers that you want to hit. At the mark, these want to hit more than 3.5 million impressions, which is a big number for us.
Whoa, losing
Yeah,
some
and
power.
now season 2, our goal is to hit 20 to 25 million impressions. And when we start to hit those numbers, the programming
Baker
world
with the
opens
win.
up. And the only way we could do that really is to continue to develop, right? Because nobody's going to want to watch season 1 again. We have to bring something a little bit better season 2, which I think we are, a little bit better season 3. Season 4 with opening more doors, I think will bring out
Isaias,
more cash for the pullers.
winner.
That should bring in also their